students learn is to allow them to find the truth by themselves. Good morning, everyone. I am Johanna C. Abbas, a grade 7 Osmeña student of Carmen National High School, Carmen, Cotabato. I will be your moderator for this debate. Before we proceed, Eramis Baguio will lead us a prayer. Please stand.
آمين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين.
Please sit down. Debate is the art of reasonable discussion of controversial topics which will help us all become morally aware and will enhance our ability to think critically. We will be better able to take the perspective of others and make thoughtful moral decisions for ourselves. We may often disagree, but we learn to do so respectfully and civilly. Before I present the topic, may I acknowledge the presence of a board of judges. First, our very own advisor, BSc major in Mathematics, Sir J.R.S. Montero. Our second judge is also a BSc major in Math and our Math Department Head, Sir Alex Macali. And our next judge is a DLE teacher and our OIC this week, Ma'am Harriet M. N. Vergara. The technology is booming, and modern innovations and technology has changed our lives. However, there are some old objects that are still used by us in our daily life. Calculator is one of the devices, which still carries importance in our life. This handheld device is used by students from a very young age. The topic of our debate today is, should grade 7 students use a calculator for math? This question may cross our minds or come up in a conversation when we are learning math. Our feelings may be divided. To help confront this issue, we must discuss if it benefits the students or not. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the proposition team led by Abigail Capistrano, with Ian Shimanaay, Soto M. Galay, Sharina Navidad, Shara Marti, and Renal Saloy. And the opposition team led by Pearl Ashley Pinheiro, together with Elizabeth Joy Zaldivar, Nika Elaine Labis, Arabella Tugayo, Alipin Bukakong, and Krista Andrea Rodrigo. Our timekeeper, Eramis Baguio, and our recorder, Bai Laga Ulangkaya. Let me briefly give you a format for today's debate, so you'll know what to expect. Each speaker will be given not more than 2 minutes in their statement. What we'd like for you to do is raise your hand and be recognized. Let's start the debate by the statement of the proposition.
Let's face it, we live in a society that is always changing thanks to the plethora of ever-advancing technology. Computer devices are a necessity in every classroom. Technology is huge and learning how to use such technology is huge, which is why goods for us. Students to have an understanding of how to use calculator. As far as electronics go, it is a simple instrument to use and students will need to use devices elsewhere throughout their lives. Just think, calculators are something that students are going to use to set a budget, to do their taxes, and complete other tasks throughout their life. So, For me, it's good to have a calculator and a math set. Technology. Technology. Technology is fast approaching, but that doesn't mean students should rely on calculators to do their mathematical thinking. And it certainly doesn't excuse them from learning basic number facts. If a student relies too heavily on calculators to perform calculations, then they may become stressed and or too poorly in situations where they aren't allowed to use calculators, such as some standardized tests. Calculators takes away the necessity for a student to know the basics. Even for young students just learning their facts, it serves no purpose to use a calculator to compute 5 times 1. Calculator makes difficult computation much easier. For example, if I'm trying to find the area of a triangle with a base of 513 centimeters and the height of 62.7 centimeters, trying to compute 513 times 62.7 by hand would take a good bit of time and ultimately shift the focus away from actual K concept at hand, finding the area. Although calculators can quickly add, divide, multiply, and subtract, students still can't use calculators as their complete fallback plan. They still need to know how to do math longhand. It encourages students to randomly try a variety of mathematical computations without any real understanding of which is appropriate or why. It keeps students from benefiting from one of the most important reasons for learning math, to train and discipline the mind and to promote logical reasoning.
Math is tedious and might not be everyone's favorite subject. Calculators help make it more enjoyable and students and teachers alike. To agree that they have some sort of use in the classroom environment. When all else fails, just remember people like pushing buttons. Consider having calculators to ensure that you're not overdoing it with the devices. It helps students to avoid boredom and it does not demoralize their mathematical understanding. If mathematics is not made entertaining, pupils can feel bored and it can demoralize their mathematical understanding.
Calculators can make people over-reliant. Just because it's easier to use a calculator does not mean it's more efficient to do so. For example, having to reach in your pocket to find your phone and load your calculator app just to plug in 8 times 0.70 to find out how much 8 packs of gum will cost you will take much longer than have memorized 8 times 7 equals 57. And using your mathematical knowledge to adjust for at decimal. At times, the use of calculator can be embarrassing. Having to take out your calculator to calculate your percentage grade on a 50-question test will let the entire class how you didn't do too well. On the other hand, being able to quickly calculate numbers without using calculator can be impressive during job interviews and continue to come in handy throughout life.
Calculators are fast and accurate, which make them a great complementary feature for us students. For instance, we might have completed a set of problems and then we check to see if they gotten them right on their calculator. Calculators are deep for this purpose. If both answers don't line up, we can go back and recheck our work to see where we may have gone wrong. Calculators are immensely valuable for validating work. We should learn calculators are help tools that we can turn to for help, not just for answers.
Calculators give students a false sense of confidence about their math ability. If we students fall into a pattern of just using a calculator to complete our math work, we'll never appropriately develop our math skills, which will surely come back to hurt us during standardized tests and elsewhere in their lives.
Nowadays, almost everyone uses calculators in every facet of life that involves any sort of exam competition. Everyone except school children. Calculators allow you to try new math concepts we may not have tried because of the competition involved. It makes us more confident in our abilities. It prevents silly mistakes in competition.
Students allowed to use calculator on tests, they might store formulas, rules, and other notes on their calculators and use the information to cheat on the test. That's why it's important that the teacher implement a no calculator policy. It inhibits students from seeing the inherent structure in mathematical relationship.
Many students are scared of big numbers, but using a calculator helps them overcome the anxiety. Being able to look at a problem such as 5,412/62 and automatically find the answer. With the use of calculator makes them boost their confidence, so it is required that students should use a calculator in math.
understanding the underlying concepts behind the equation. Show true understanding and mastery of the mathematical subject, from simple multiplications to quadratic formulas. There is no sense in being able to plug numbers into a calculator and write down another number unless you understand what the number represents. Many students inadvertently cultivate generations of calculator abusing students by placing more importance on memorizing formulas than on understanding them.
Very well said, everyone. Let's give time to our judges for their comments on our debate. Should grade 7 students use calculator for math? First, Sir J.R.S. Montero.
Okay, for my comments and observation regarding the debate, the propositions cited clear examples, but they lack of convincing power to convince us whether we need to use calculator in mathematics, especially in grade 7. And also, mastery of the topic is also lacking on the proposition side. It was the opposition has strong reasons to oppose the proposition, and also their voices add to the convincing power for us to convince that we should not use calculator in our mathematics. And also, they have clear and good examples to defend their position. That's all.
Then, Sir Alex Macali.
Okay. So this is my opinion or my judgment based on the debate. Should grade 7 use calculator for math? So I know each of you has your own arguments to defend. The proposition points out the advantages of using the calculator in math subject. As I take note, so these are the advantages. So using calculator makes difficult computation becomes easy. Second, it avoids boredom in solving math. And it also gives us the accurate solving. And it also helps overcome your anxiety in solving math. On the other hand, the position points out the disadvantages. So for them, it takes out the basic in solving math. Second, it also trains and disciplines the mind in logical reasoning. Then it makes you over-reliance to calculator. Then solving mathematical computation without calculator is impressive, as you have mentioned, during interview or during application. So for my verdict, using calculator may have so many advantages, at the same time disadvantages. So it's up to us how we use it. So according to some philosopher, or according to us, or some of our teachers, we are taught that everything that is too much is not good. So I guess I will not take any side. So tabla.
Lastly, Ma'am Harriet Vergara.
Good morning to all of you. Thank you for inviting us. And we have heard your pros and cons with your topic. Should grade 7 use calculator for math? As we heard about the topic, and there are proposition and opposition that tells that calculators can be used because it is a form of technology. Then it's good. Why? Because there are some adjectives that could help, that can convince students to use it. One is, it is good to have. Another is, you can compute easily by using calculator. Then there is confidence to solve it. But the opposition, some says that it is a false signs of confidence because you just rely immediately for the long numbers and big numbers to compute. You just defend and be in your position that I will compute through calculator, and it is what do you call this? We rely on it, no? On calculator. And to both of you, I just would like to say that nowadays, at your age now, we could not deny the fact that we are really in upgrading our technology. So it's up to you if it can help it with you to use it, then do it. But if you will not use it, it's up to you also. That is my opinion. Thank you very much.
That ends our debate. I hope you've learned. Thanks to all the participants, Board of Judges, and my co-students. Once again, good morning everyone. I am Johanna C. Abbas, a grade 7 student, Osmeña student of Carmen National High School, Carmen, Cotabato.